Hi Libras, it's Leonor. Welcome to Soul Searching Tarot. Thank you for stopping by. For those who have viewed me for the first time, I do integrate astrology as well as tarot card reads and spiritual messages. Libras, I'm doing your general tarot card reads today, okay? If you're looking for your love reads, they're out there. I did all 12 zodiac signs. So right now I'm just concentrating on general tarot card reads, okay? Also, I guess that's it really. Today I'm going to be using my Edgar Allan Poe tarot deck. And I'm going to clarify it with my Z tarot deck. Okay. Alright. First spread. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Justice. And we have the Six of Wands. Alright, this screams legal issue, but let me just double check. Yeah. And it's like someone has to make a decision. And I almost feel like you don't know which route to take, because you almost feel like it's a double-edged sword, you know, with all these energies. It's like, which one should I take, you know, because I almost feel like whatever I take, I'm going to be, you know, screwed. You know what I mean? And this to me screams legality. It could be family court. It could be, you know, some type of divorce. So you take that as it resonates. I just started the reading, but I mean, my Six of Wands was in the reverse. I just think there's people that really want to see your downfall. Now, maybe downfall may be too harsh. Although for a handful of you, I don't think it is. I think people do want to see your downfall. But for the most part, I think just people want to make your life miserable. How about that? Yeah, look at them. They're all cheering. God, I hope we get that Libra. So I just started the reading. I'm not sure what type of legality this is, though, you know? It's like almost you signed a contract with the devil. Yeah, I'm not even making a joke about it. And I'll tell you why. Because in my Edgar Allan Poe, the depiction of the Two of Pentacles is very interesting. This chef that you see right in front of you, he owns a business, and he's also, if I remember, some type of editor. I know he has two jobs. One of them has to, oh, I got it. It's a chef. He's a chef and he owns several businesses. Okay, that's his juggling job, being a chef and owning a few restaurants. All right, now he did make a pact with the devil, which is right behind him. The devil's looking right behind him. I think if I remember correctly in the story is that he has to pay back his dues. The devil always wants his payment. Let me put it that way. Okay? If you don't pay, you don't play. And so that's basically the situation that's going on with my Two of Pentacles. And it's like very like, you know, even with my Justice card, the depiction of the Justice card, the energy that I'm feeling is very much the story again with my Edgar Allan Poe. If anybody knows who he is, he used to be a literature narrator, writer, editor, anyway, he was very dark, to say the least. But these are all stories from back in the 1800s, early 1900s. They're pretty interesting. Okay, he was the Hitchcock of the day, except in books, not movies. This scene right here, this woman has her husband and a lawyer. Okay, the lawyer just handed her these papers to sign. And her husband is kind of like, you know, just sign it, honey. And she's basically almost giving her wealth away. However, in one of those two papers, there's one that's legit, like it was written lawfully, and there's one that's not, you know, doesn't come, you won't correlate that with the terms lawfully. It would be more like a hoax. She has to decide which one to sign. So should she sign the one that's a hoax, or the one that's, you know, is really the contract to her wealth, to her heir? Her husband already knows which one is which. Her lawyer knows which one is which, but she doesn't. She's trying to make a decision of which one to sign. She surely doesn't want to, you know, have her wealth, her heir, you know, being thrown away to her husband. But look how they both are looking at her like she's a dumbass. Let's see if she figures it out. It's a very stressful situation. And that's what I'm getting, okay, from your first spread. And I haven't even clarified it. So let's do that now. I have the Three of Pentacles. I have the King of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. Okay, so. Interesting. This is very interesting, because I'm sensing this is some type of divorce, commitment. If it has to do with family issues or any other type of court issues, then it does. I mean, God, the Three of Pentacles, really? If I'm not mistaken, this is the minor to the major, right? The minor to the Justice card. I could be wrong. Three of Pentacles is an institution of some sort. Union. My King of Cups was in the reverse. So I do sense that there was some type of love here. However, somebody took their love right back with the Nine of Cups in the reverse. I mean, we got the King and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So, I mean, with my Nine of Cups, I just sense somebody's really malicious. But malicious is not even the word. It's more like, I want to make your life miserable because my life is not, you know, peaches and cream. Well, Nine of Cups, let me tell you something. Not everybody's life is peaches and cream, and especially not yours looking like this. Okay, so you don't have to make someone else's life be miserable, okay? All right? You don't have to make other people's life miserable because your life is not going well, okay? All right? Because you decided to sign a contract with the devil, okay? All right? Yeah. And my King of Cups in the reverse, I don't know who this energy is yet. It is definitely either the person on one end, definitely one or the other, but the end is one end is you're being taken advantage of on purpose. You know, whatever situation you're going through now. Does this have to be about legality or divorce or commitment or something like that of the sort that has to do with contracts? Not necessarily. It doesn't. It also just maybe have to do with, you know, a sour breakup. Do you know what I mean? That has nothing to do with shared investments or children, custody, alimony. It could also be a breakup that's going sour. And when I mean sour, I mean it's not a mutual breakup. And even if it is a mutual breakup, somebody's being an a-hole about it. And I want to discover more because this is, yeah, I don't know who my King of Cups is yet. I know that there's no love so far. I know that somebody wants to make someone else's life miserable on purpose because there's no union. You know, this person's by himself in a chapel, whatever, a cathedral, or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, the Three of Pentacles is always a depiction of three people. Am I correct? Not always, but for most tarot card decks, yeah. Yeah. Not this one. Second spread. So I have the Fool, the Lovers, and the Magician. Wow. Libras. Let me find out. You're trying to give me that reading. That type of reading where I'm like, All right, what was in my reverse? The Magician. Okay. I do sense someone's angry. Surprise, surprise. Wow. This is crazy. Now it all makes sense. All makes sense now. Someone's angry because they're choosing someone else instead of them. Do you know what I mean? The Lovers here, the depiction of the Lovers here is a little... Okay, you know what? I sense an X, not for nothing. I'm going to say it's an X. If it's someone new, it's someone new. But nevertheless, whoever you were with, whether it has to do with business or love, and honestly, once I saw the King of Cups, I really sense more love than anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever terms that I had mentioned, it doesn't matter. You take that as it resonates. But there's an X, and I'm saying X, it doesn't have to. It could be a new lover that you can't be with right now. And I sense that this is my King of Cups energy. Now, this was in the upright. But unfortunately, with the Magician following it in the reverse, somebody is stopping you from making this happen. Do you understand? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you guys broke up. I don't know what happened in your relationship, right? We are all, there's 99, stories when it comes to breakups, right? But a bitch ain't one. Leonor, a bitch is always one. Okay. My Fool. Wow, my Fool. What can I say about my Fool? Well, the Fool in this story that you see in front of you, I mean, this person was a fool. Obviously, he's dressed like a fool, but look who's behind the Fool, right? Now, this Fool decides to help this criminal, okay? This criminal has nothing good up their sleeves whatsoever. But this person this criminal, I should say, convinces this Fool to help them steal, if I'm not mistaken, a few expensive bottles of wine, very expensive bottles of wine that has been aged over 100 years, whatever, I don't care. The point is that this Fool is helping him, not knowing that there's a dagger underneath this criminal's cloth. I don't know if you could see it. It's like right here. Once he gets away with the expensive wines, I don't know if you see the winery. It's not a winery. They call it something else, but whatever, wine storage. The cellar. Once he gets away with his expensive wines, you know exactly what he's going to do with that dagger, right? He's going to get rid of witnesses. And Fool. Hey, Fool, you happen to be a witness, okay? I'm sorry, I know you helped out, but now I gotta kill you. I hope you got the gist of these three cards, right? Do you understand? It ain't gonna happen, okay? I don't care who you want to go back to, okay? Or who you're trying to go to, okay? Because if you do, I got something up my sleeves. Okay, it ain't gonna be pretty, all right? But I'll let you believe you could do that. This is It doesn't look pretty to me, I'll tell you the truth. It really doesn't. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, my dolls. And if it's vice versa, it's vice versa. But let's clarify it, okay? All right. All right, so we have here the Four of Swords, the Justice card again, and the Knight of Wands, okay? All right. So I have the Justice here again, right? In between my Knight of Wands and my... No, sorry, this is my Page of Wands. In between my Page of Wands and my Four Swords. That's interesting. I never noticed this before. The hell is that? I can't tell what this is. I don't know if it's a zombie arm trying to reach his human who's resting, you know, probably got bitten and it's just, you know, laying down, you know, playing out her human days in her head, you know, like just like in a meditative way, which is pretty much what the Four Swords represents, right? Healing. There's a hand, like a zombie hand. At first I thought it was a serpent, like a zombie serpent, but I'm gonna take it as a hand, a zombie hand. You can't. In the end, it's a zombie. It doesn't matter if it's an animal or a human. It's a zombie turned zombie. A snake turned zombie, or a human turned zombie. But the one laying on the bed is not. Now, it looks like to me that she might have been bitten, you know, and it's just, you know, just relaxing in the bed until she turns. It was in the reverse. I sense that a lot of you are waiting for a fight. That you realize that this person that you've been with doesn't play nice. Is not going to let you, you know, relax. Okay? You may think you may be getting away with, you know, going back to an ex, going towards a new lover, even just being free. You don't have to be going to anyone else. You just want to be free. Away from this drama, whatever it was that you had, and they're not going to let you go, but you know that. You know that. I almost sense like you're ready for a fight anyway. And following it was the Justice card, you know? I mean, for crying out loud, I almost feel like this is you. Libra, this is you. What am I talking about? Leonor, it is them. Yeah, interesting. The two Justice card came out. This is very interesting in both my decks. Yeah, but anyway, I do sense that it's you, right? Well, usually with the depiction of the Justice card, you'll see like, you know, an image of a, whatever image it is, but you'll definitely see scales, right? I don't know if I know it's a dark image, but you'll see scales, which is what the statue is holding, a scale and a sword on one hand, right? Balance in, I don't know, I mean air sign can mean the throat chakra, logic, so definitely logic with the sword, I would say, with some type of balance. And I feel like this is you, like you're very logically thinking of how to get away with all of this damage. And you do sense what's going on. Now I see it a lot with my Four Swords and my Justice card. You do know, and you're trying to be as fair as possible. I don't think that's going to last for long. I'm kind of getting that impression. My Page of Wands was in the reverse, and you know, the fact that I was in the reverse, I almost feel like you're really holding yourself back from being unjust and miserable, and You know, you're not trying to go for tit for tat. That's not where you want to go right now. Right? Because this is how you'll be in the end. Like, oh, okay, you thought I was being nice, but really I was just trying to control my anger. It was in the reverse, and I almost feel like a lot of you have not gotten to that stage yet. You really, I mean, especially with my Four Swords and my Justice card here, you know, it's like I do sense that you're really trying to be patient, logical about the whole thing. And I don't know how you're taking that, what that is, what is it that's logical? What is it that makes you want to be patient? Like, is it a big turnaround? You know what I mean? Are you doing a 180 all of a sudden and you're like, you know what, that's not the person I am. But if you push me, I'm going to do a 360. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? For all I know, I don't know who's in the wrong. I'll tell you the truth. Why does this person want to come after you like that? Why can't they just make you move on, is what I'm saying, you know, with no type of drama. Third spread, we have the the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Oh God, Libras, my Libras. All right, wow. Listen, someone's not playing fair, and that's putting it mildly. That's putting it fucking mildly. I don't know who's on which side. Like, you take it as it resonates, you know, because it definitely could be vice versa. I'm not saying it's, or both of you. It could just be a situation with both of you just, in my heart, in my feeling, in my gut, I almost feel like both of you, this is what I'm trying to say, there's not an innocent party here. I feel like one may be more logical than the other one at this moment. But I almost feel like the tables turned also. I could be wrong. But I do sense like this was a commitment, a marriage. It wasn't like no fling. It wasn't a third party, you know, meaning you're not fighting with a third party. You know, your party, the party is your ex, or your soon-to-be ex, that you were committed with, married to, had children with, something of the sort, you know, even some type of investment. This is legit. So this is my crowd, okay? I just want to let you know. And God, I hope if you met this person and you're going through this shit right now, oh, my prayers go out with any of you that resonates with us. When I look at my Knight of, it's like I have stories for each one of them. Each one of these cards, there's a story behind it. And it's, I just need you to understand the imagery and the story behind each card, especially with the tarot card that I'm holding right now, because there are stories behind it. The Knight of Pentacles came out in the reverse. Now, this is a gentleman. By the way, I don't know if I said this, but if you do see a depiction of a man or a woman or a zombie, I am not talking to a specific gender. All right, it is a gender-free reading. All right, the Knight of Pentacles here, he's a greedy person. He realized back in the day when he wasn't so greedy that working for pennies wasn't going to make him, you know, have money come out his pockets. You know what I mean? and have, you know, amazing clothes to wear. He realized early on that making pennies was not the way to go. Working hard for less. Anyway, he came up with a scheme. His scheme was, you know, to turn real estate, meaning buy land, turn it into some dump, no joke, turn it into some dump. Like build a stupid house, you know. I don't know if you see the house behind him. This house is like, windows are cracked. It's not well maintained, basically. But he would buy this, leave it as is, would be a sour thumb in the neighborhood or thriving business area, and they would have no choice but to buy his real estate out. So he would do this on purpose. Okay, so he wouldn't buy and flip. He would buy and leave it as is, in the middle of a place that's thriving, you know, business wise or residential. It doesn't matter. It was thriving, and people didn't want to see a sour, you know, thumb, if I could say that. Am I saying that right? But you know, like a sore eye, like a whatever. You know what I mean? Like why would you want to put you know, a place that's full of mud, or a place that's he literally would put mud, like buy real estate and put mud all over it. And then people be like, well, I don't know, this is not looking good for the, you know, 10-story buildings, high rise that I just, you know, built. So can I buy this muddy area from you? And he'll be like, yeah. And he will charge 500 times the price he bought it for. That was his thing. That was his business. So apparently he got away with it. My High Priestess is in the reverse. This person that you're dealing with, I almost feel like this is both your energies. With my High Priestess in the reverse, you guys are not coming to a smart decision. Let me just make it that way. A smart decision. There's something that both of you are missing, and you won't acknowledge it. It's like you're lacking intuition. I don't want to say common sense, maybe for one of you, maybe, but it's more like you're lacking intuition. You're lacking, you know, the bigger picture. Bingo. Both of you may be lacking the bigger picture. I do sense both of you. With my Seven of Pentacles, wow, what can I say about my Seven of Pentacles? The Seven of Pentacles in this depiction, this is the story of 1,002 nights. I'm sure people have heard of the 1,001 Nights. Well, this is the 1,002 Nights. Very interesting. Edgar Allan Poe decided to go off the Sinbad, the sailor, and Sinbad, or something like that. He decided to do like a little knockoff. It was supposed to be a funny situation, but I mean, as I said, he is a dark writer. This king would marry a wife, marry off a woman, marry them, you know, and each night he would kill every one of them. So he would marry the same day, and by 24 hours later, they're executed. And he did this for 1,001 nights. Now, he meets this woman here that you see here, and he marries her, and she knows the deal. She knows that that he's the type of person that, you know, will execute you after 24 hours. But maybe the king is bored. Maybe the wives just bored him, and he was like, off with their heads. I don't care. Send me the other one. And he meets this woman, marries her, and the woman is very smart. She's like, okay, how can I keep him interested? And so she tells him a story about Sinbad and the sailor. And every night it was a cliffhanger, right? So she'll sit there and talk to him about the, you know, the great adventures and mysteries and stuff like that. And every night he would want to hear what happened next. And she would be like, well, let's wait till tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow. And that's how she survived for 1,001 days. On 1,002, the 1,002 days, one day after, she was able to survive 1,001 days, mind you. Not 24 hours, she was able to survive 1,001 days. Now the king is getting bored. He's like, come on. All these cliffhangers, what are you going to do? What's going to happen next? You're keeping me hanging on for 1,001 nights. So finally he decided to execute her. And she does get executed, but she gets executed and the king never knows what happens in the end. So she's content, believe it or not, of being killed and taking the story, the end of the story with her, without her husband never knowing whatever happened at the end of the story. She's content with that because you know what? She worked hard to keep herself alive for 1,001 nights. And yeah, she knew it was going to happen, you know, but she survived. She survived longer than those other brides, right? So that's my Seven of Pentacles depiction or description of this tarot deck. And I want to correlate with this reading. The reason why I went through this whole amazing energy here in my third spread is because I just feel like you guys have been in this relationship longer than you needed to be. And now someone is upset. Someone didn't tell the truth. Someone decided to tell a lie and a lie and a lie. Now you're all wrapped up in this web that you weaved. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know who's in the wrong here. Maybe the tables turned. This is what I'm talking about. Maybe the other person wasn't like that, but now they're like that and more. And now you want to be illogical, but it's too late. It's too late. All right, let's clarify it. The Death card, the Moon, and the Knight of Pentacles. You have a lot of majors going on up in here, Libras. Lots of majors. I got here Cancer or any water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Libra, you're definitely here in your read, or any air sign. I got the Fool, Aries. There's a lot of air and water energy going on in here, okay? Definitely. But the whole read could be a lot of air and water energy, like emotions and either being logical or not logical. You know, I think the common denominator here is emotions, good, bad, and ugly. So the only one in the reverse here, my clarifiers, is the Death card. Yeah, somebody's not gonna let this go. They're not gonna end it. They're not gonna, just because you turned around your behavior, they're not gonna be like, oh, you turned around your behavior, now you want to tell the truth. Okay, thank goodness. I was waiting for the day to happen. Okay. No, sorry, that's not how the story ends. Okay, the story ends with her being executed. No matter how patient you were, all right, you're still gonna get executed, literally. No, not literally, of course, but it may seem like that to some of you, right? With the Moon card and my Knight of Pentacles, they were both in the upright. Yeah, I think somebody's been wanting to leave for a long time with these two energies, like for a long ass time, to the point where some of you might have taken violin lessons. That's how long. You're like this. I'm an expert. I'm a professional in violin. Really? How long have you been practicing? Oh, 7 years. 7 years. sorry. I am so sorry. I am the last one to be laughing. I've been in relationships that I didn't want to be in for years. For years. And there was always a reason why I would stay in it. But definitely, it did not have to do with love. Love was not in the equation. So who the hell am I to be laughing? Yeah, it's just that you've been wanting to leave for a crazy long time. And you kept it to yourself, you know. I sense a lot of you do like to play music. I think that you guys, I think music really it's a great sensory tool. It soothes you. It probably gets you through the day sometimes, I would say. Yeah, but you've been wanting to leave forever. Yeah. All right. That's all I got for you. I know that somebody's going to come off better, well off than the other person. I don't know why, and I don't know how that's going to happen. I see my Nine of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. It's in the upright. But I'm sensing from this card alone that I don't know if you see, she's holding like these cups, and they all have skulls in it. I don't. Do you see that? Which reminds me of the Death card a lot. Like each cup was like a death sentence or a death card, you know, energy. But she seems really happy and content, you know. Yeah, like so much abundance behind her, greenery. Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. When I see this card, when I feel it, I do sense that some of you are gonna come out on top. Whatever this is, you're gonna come out on top. I don't know if it may be with legality. You may come out, you know, getting away, you know, with good news when it comes to legality. If you're trying to go back to an ex, or you know, you have a new lover in mind, or you just want to just be free, you know, just be free, it's gonna happen. But I don't know. I see that it's gonna happen. If it's happening now, and congratulations. All right, my Libras. If you need a private reading, my email is in the description box. Love you. Bye.